Das wird schon ordentlich zur Sache gehen, es kommt auf die kleinen Feinheiten an, wie immer, wo entscheiden letztendlich die Stände.
There have been some changes to the code of points in men's gymnastics for this current quad. A quad for those new to the sport, meaning every 4 years of an Olympic cycle. So from 2025 to 2028, the rules have changed ahead of the 2028 LA Olympics. Gymnasts now only count 8 elements instead of 10. The technical committee who creates these rules have changed this to promote safety, longevity, technical performance, and to have more all-around gymnasts. There's also a 0.1 stick bonus on all apparatus except the pommel horse for the dismount. So on floor here, that will be that final tumbling pass. They're cracking down on this, and if a gymnast raises his heels or toes to maintain balance, then the stick bonus will not be awarded. So we will have to look carefully at that today and see if there's any movement on that landing. But I do think the 0.1 stick bonus just adds an element of excitement to the end of a routine. And 0.1 can be the difference between first place and fourth place, or even more in a sport like gymnastics. The touch warm-up is complete, and we are preparing for our first athlete. Representing Australia, it's Jessie Moore. Lots of power in that first tumble. Slight step back on landing there. That will be a deduction. Into his floor work. Impressive. A nice combination there. Added a unique flair there on his back. Two and a half twists into the straight front, down the side. Hardly any room to run into a tumbling pass down the side there. He just has a fall there on his final tumble, the double Arabian. Men have to finish now on a double back salto. We used to see a lot of gymnasts finishing on a twisting salto. The double back is slightly harder for some athletes, and unfortunately there Jessie just undercooked it slightly and will take a whole mark deduction for that fall. There was that second pass that he managed to save with a step back, which you're looking at possibly a 0.3 deduction, depending on what the judges think. That choreography there, rolling onto his back and into the splits. Really nice to see gymnasts incorporating more choreographic elements. Another rule change for this quad. All transitions in the corners and between skills have to be different from each other. Otherwise, gymnasts will receive a 0.3 neutral deduction. Jessie qualified in 7th place with a score of 13.8. With that marks deduction for his final tumble, he's probably looking at a lower score than that. Travelling from Australia, I imagine he's got a bit of jet lag. And it's the start of the competition and the start of the competitive year, so a mistake like that is something he can learn from for the rest of the year. There's that final tumble, he was so close. Just undercooked it slightly. I think he had enough height, but just let go of those legs and judged it slightly wrong. Jesse was second on floor at the Oceania Championships in 2022, and here's his score, 12.633. And that 0.1 penalty for going out of bounds, out of those white lines around the edges of the floor. Now, next up was our top qualifier with a score of 14.566 in qualifications. He is the Olympic champion on this apparatus from 2020 and the first artistic gymnast representing Israel to win a medal at the Olympics. It's Artem Dolgopyat. Huge opening pass, so much height and control. Full twisting straight front into the double pike front. He makes it look easy. A stuck double twisting double back somersault down the side. Incredible. Two and a half twists backwards into the double front. Step forward, which will be a deduction, but incredibly well performed otherwise. Into his floor elements. That full turning jump to front support is one of the options for the new skills that have to be in men's floor routines. And there's a scissor kick as a transition. Incredible work, proving just why he's a world and Olympic champion on the floor. Making it look effortless. Artem Dolgopyat, everybody. A joy to watch. Here's that opening tumbling pass. Even the hop into the running and into the tumbles has height. He has springs in his legs, this man. There was that 2.5 double front, over-rotated as he had so much height and energy. And there's that full turn to front support. And that's what separates the champions. They make even the simple skills look incredible. Definitely the one to beat in this final. 14.566 was his qualification score. He took medals at World Cups last year. First in Osijek, third in Hungary, and first in Paris. Will it be another medal here today in Cottbus to add to the collection? It's 14.5. Great score. Almost the same as qualifications, and definitely the one to beat. Our next gymnast represents Slovenia. It's Anze Hribar. Starts with a side pass, which is unusual, but we like to see gymnasts mixing it up. That was the 2.5 twisting forward somersault. And great height. Tries to dig his toes in to save the landing, but will have to take a full deduction. Full twisting front into the double front. working through these transitions seamlessly. Definitely what the technical committee and the judges are looking for. Lovely landing, well controlled. 2.5 twist backwards into the straight front. The single leg balance, not a requirement anymore, but an optional skill. But when you can perform it like that, why not? And there is a stick. And I'm confident to say they will give that as a stick, as I didn't see the heels or the toes come up. I didn't see a balance check. So that should be a 0.1 bonus. But the judges have the final say, so we'll see if they agree with me. Great form in the air in the twisting. Just a small hop on landing. I'd expect a 0.1 deduction. There's a nice technique to his work. He looks in control at all times, showing great flexibility there in the splits. This felt like a routine that really played to his strengths, and that's exactly what a good coach and gymnast working together should look to be doing. Anze was 4th in qualifications with a score of 14, so close to that top 3. It'll be interesting to see if he can inch his way up today. It was a good routine. There's that top score so far, 14.5, leading the way. And there's the score for Anze Hribar. It was 13.866. Slightly down on his qualifications, but a really good score nonetheless. We move on to our next athlete, an individual neutral athlete. It's Yahor Sharamkou. Dynamic opening tumbling pass there. He's working with a lot of speed and energy, but he's managing to maintain it. Just tiny landing deduction so far. Double straight with a full twist. And there's that full turn down to front support. It's nice to see these male gymnasts changing up their corner transitions. And the double twisting, double back there to finish the routine. Really great work. Everything looked pretty effortless for Yahor. He qualified in 2nd place with a score of 14.1. So we'll be certainly looking to get into the medals again. He was 1st last year on floor at the World Cup in Baku and 2nd at the World Cup on floor in Paris. Will this be another World Cup medal? That was a double straight with the full twist. He also showed a double straight with the double twist. Such difficult tumbling. The men have just 70 seconds to fit all of that tumbling plus their forward elements, their floor elements into their routine. the endurance that requires and the strength is absolutely incredible, especially at this level. We are seeing truly world-class gymnastics, and we're only just getting started. And it's 14.4, 0.3 higher than his qualification score. And he goes into second place. Great work there. We now have another touch warm-up for our final 4 athletes. Here are the floor rankings so far. In first place, representing Israel, it's Artem Dolgopyat. In second place, neutral athlete Yahor Sharamkou. In third place, from Slovenia, Anze Hribar. And in fourth place, representing Australia, Jessie Moore. It's great to see these gymnasts incorporating different corner transitions, the newest rule added and incorporated in the start of this year. It makes their routines flow a lot better. The jump and leap requirement is also a new addition. We did see a single leg balance, and that was originally the rule, that all gymnasts had to show a single leg balance. This rule then got changed, and there was a list of skills, including a single leg balance, that gymnasts can choose from. So far we've seen quite a few jump full turn to front supports, which is one of the elements on that list. Hopefully we will see some of the others performed. But let's welcome our next athlete, individual neutral athlete Alexander Kartsev. Double twisting, double straight to kick things off. The full twisting front into the double pike front. Feet glued together throughout. 2.5 twists backwards into the straight front forwards, down the side, and a stag jump with a turn. Did well to stay in bounds there. There's that full turn to front support once again. Really well executed routine there from Alexander Kartsev. Alexander qualified in third place in his final. He's a 2020 Olympian. Let's take a closer look at some of those tumbles. There's that opening pass, 2 twists, 2 somersaults in that straight position. Legs glued together throughout that double pike front. The tiniest of form deductions. We are watching in slow motion, so judges may not have noticed a slight bend at the hips or loose knees in real time. Great form here throughout his floor work, and an interesting transition. The double pike to finish doesn't quite manage to get that stick and that stick bonus. but lots of height and nicely executed nonetheless. 14.5 is our top score so far. A tenth weight, Alexander. It's always difficult when you know you qualified in the top 3. You're anxiously waiting to see if you've maintained that. Seems like there's a bit of deliberation from the judges. Next to compete representing Kazakhstan, Dmitriy Patanin. Just overcooked that first part of the tumble, meant that led to a fall in the double front, unfortunately. A bit better there, but he just looks like he's slightly off on some of these takeoffs. Really great position there in the manor hold. Such a difficult position to hold. Takes not only strength but a lot of flexibility throughout the shoulders and wrists. Double twisting double back. Single leg balance there. Double pike to finish. Such a shame. He did well to maintain his cool after that first mistake. But he knows that his score won't be a reflection of what he's fully capable of. But he qualified to this final in 8th. So really great to see him competing and getting World Cup experience. That takeoff into the double front just wasn't in the right position. There was that second one, which was a bit better, but 3 steps there on landing to save it. That's a large deduction, unfortunately. You can see a bit of the frustration on his face. But his, I was going to say, that manor hold, which he did extremely well. Double twisting double back. Lots of height in the double pike. He scored 13.533 in qualifications. He's 25 years old, he's got quite a lot of experience. And even if it didn't go his way today, it's still more experience. And there's the score for Alexander Kartsev. It's 13.9, and that puts him into 3rd place. Dmitriy was 4th on floor at the World University Games last year. And it's 11.533 here today in Cottbus. 2 athletes left to compete in this floor final. And next up, representing the United States of America, it's Cameron Nelson. Now, watch this carefully if you are new to gymnastics. Keep your eyes peeled and try and count these somersaults. The triple back. We've seen double somersaults so far, but that was our first triple somersault of the competition. Did land out of bounds there, so that's quite a large deduction. But he's going well besides that. Good throughout the handstand work and the single leg balance. Very good landing there on the double front. Out of a full twist as well. Balance check on that landing, which I think with the new update probably wouldn't get the stick bonus, but you would only receive minor deductions, if any, but may just not receive the bonus. But great work there from Cameron Nelson. He did the triple back somersault. I think this is it here. There you go, 3 somersaults. He makes it look easy. That is so difficult. The spatial awareness, the height, the strength needed. And he's actually capable of doing a triple pike somersault as well. He's the first gymnast in history to use 2 triple somersaults in a floor routine. And he debuted that last year, and I'm sure he'll be bringing that back this year. It's the first competition of the year, so it's always good to pace out your skills, and you don't want to go for broke necessarily in the first competition of the year. But always fun for us to see a triple back, especially when it's done as well as Cameron Nelson has just done it. The double Arabian with the half out at final tumble again. Be interesting to see if the judges give that stick bonus. With the update on balance checks, I'd assume not, but he's pleased with it, as he should be. He was 4th on floor at the World Championship, so just missing out on a medal there. But he's definitely made his mark. He did the the triple pike and the triple tuck somersault at the World Championships, making his performance memorable with or without a medal. He's a 2025 NCAA vault and floor champion. Floor bronze medalist, vault champion, representing Ohio State. And he graduated last year with a degree in communications. That was pretty costly, landing outside the lines, so it'll be interesting to see if that's reflected in his score. And he tried so hard there to hold on to that landing. Smiles at the crowd, pleased with himself, as he should be. .8, there's that penalty for that out of bounds that we saw. But 13.8 is a good score with that penalty, so he should be very pleased with himself. Does keep him out of the medals this time. But a great show from Cameron Nelson. And our final competitor represents Israel. It's Noam Berkovich. Good start to the routine. Looks like he's got a lot of energy. Hopefully he can control it. Slightly undercooked there. The judges will take some deductions for those steps back. The Russian lever. Two and a half twists in straight position forwards. Quite a lot of gymnasts still opting to do the single leg balance. I wonder if we will see this filter out as the year progresses, or whether they got used to it and actually started to like it. But we've seen lots of good, well-performed single leg balances, even though there is the option of other skills. I think the trend is the full turn to front support and the single leg balance in this final today. Double pike front, great height, just a step on landing. Shows amplitude on his transitions. Judges can deduct on those transitions. Every part of a gymnastics routine is deductible. That is the nature of the sport and why it is just so difficult. Two and a half twists there in the straight position. Kicks out of that double pike. Really nice technique, but doesn't manage to get that stick and that bonus. A young gymnast, just 17 years old. So great to see him in this final. And it's 13.166 for Noam. Puts him into 6th place. Great experience for this young gymnast. And what a final that was to kick things off here in Cottbus. Here are our final rankings from our men's floor final here in Cottbus. In 3rd place, Alexander Kartsev, neutral athlete. In 2nd place, Yahor Sharamkou, and neutral athlete. And in 1st place, Israel's Artem Dolgopyat. In 3rd place, individual neutral athlete Alexander Kartsev. In 2nd place, individual neutral athlete Yahor Sharamkou. And in 1st place, the floor champion here at the Cottbus World Cup from Israel, Artem Dolgopyat. No stranger to that top spot on the podium. 2020 Olympic champion, 2023 world champion, and he continues to dominate on the floor exercise. I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of Artem Dolgopyat taking gold on the floor. Another gold medal to his collection, but perhaps the first globe, Sophia. An interesting trophy to take home to Israel. There are the top three on the floor at the Cottbus World Gymnastics Cup. Was the national anthem of Israel.